Alright. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic Less Known Classics. This is episode number 2109 and Doubleshot number 2003. This first one, the first book discussing, now I'm also discussing those two books here, like I said, Doubleshot. First one is a Spider-Man related book. The other one is the final trade for Dan Slott's from Fantastic Four. I'll discuss that soon. First up we have The Edge of Spider-Verse. Yeah, that's what this is called. And you're probably thinking, Nick, wasn't there another book just called this, released back in 2014? Yes. Yes, there was. That led into the very first Spider-Verse crossover that was basically told in the Pages Missing Spider-Man. Then we have Spider-Guy Dan, and this is the third part of that trilogy. Now, the original book was a series of 4 one-shot issues. They introduced characters, brought Spider-Gwen, about Spider-Noir, and a few other characters here and there. This does serve as a nostalgia book like the original, except this is a bunch of short stories related to these characters. Oh my god. Seriously. Yes, there is a spider dinosaur, there is a sentient version of the Spidey-Mobile, and it's hilarious. Oh my gosh, seriously. These are your stories. From issue 1, you have Spider-Lard, written by, this is of course, that's the character that's one, written by Dan Slott and artwork by Martin Cachigo, Arena, yes, Arena, Alex Segura and Alcaju Magel, Spider-Rex, Carlo Pacino and Perry Perez, Spider-Noir, great to see this guy, I love the stories, Dustin Weaver, DJ Brandt. That's in issue 1. Issue 2, we have Ghost Spider, formerly Spider-Gwen. I still think that change of name was stupid. Can't be Spider-Man. Miley Rosal is the writer, I.G. Guerrero the artist. Spider UK. Oh, this one actually is not the original one. This actually is a brand new Spider UK, who is basically a female black version of the character. With MZ as the writer and Red Coleman as the artist. Dan Slott does also Shatera. She's writing this one. Paco Medina as the writer and the inker for this one. Mini Marvels for Mini Spire by Chris Garcia. Spider India, done by Nakisha Sakula with these artists: Mark Bagley, David Bulger, Paco Medina, Joe Saville, and Abashi Mashi. Night Spider, also done by Dan Slott. This actually is a version of believe it or not, Felicia Hardy, who has spider powers. That's the premise of the story. With Simon Kazin. Sakura Spider, done by Shashiro Kosima and Akaru Usugi. Spider-Ham! Yes, the pig version of Spider-Man who made a debut back in the 80s, which, of course, Dan Slott brought back recently with Spider-Verse. Written by Jordan Bloom or by Marcus Sherman. This is just issue 3, by the way. Actually, we're in issue 4. We have Spintress, written by David Henn and artwork by Lucio Pacino. The Dan Slott story with the sentient Spider-Man, with Dan Slott as the writer and Ty Templeton in the artwork. Yes, Ty Templeton. Sunspire, written by T. Franklin and artwork by Jataro Morales. I will get to this one. This one's odd. Another Dan Slott. I think I write several of these ones. This is quite interesting. Dan Slott and J.M. DeMatteis doing the co-writing for this thing called Hunter Spider. Yeah, this one is, believe it or not, this is a version of Spider, because what if Kraven the Hunter had spider powers and killed half the Rogues Gallery? That's the premise of the story. Art by Bob McLean. I met this guy, really nice guy, person. Web Weaver, by Stevie Fox and Zella Zimmer. Silly Spider, Phil Lord and David Lopez, and that's it. First, it was Spider-Laird, which is simply put, what it basically got. Apparently, his real name is Donald McGargan, so it doesn't relate to the Scorpion. Because basically, what if Spider-Man was a pirate? Yep, that's the whole premise of the story. You know about and it's only just a quick get this, it's only a 3-page story, and that's it. The next one features Arena. Well, this is basically her in her Spider-Girl costume. All normal for her, and this actually is a slightly longer, so all of a sudden, oh crap, she falls down. And her part of her costume tears, And her arena powers have come back. Yes, they have mysteriously returned. After they've not been seen since the end of her brief solo book, she has Spider-Girl. And Amanda Webb, a.k.a. Julia Carpenter, basically calls her in. They have returned. And then we see a version of, like, her. We see her basically, like, this is her in college, like, she webbed up. Yeah, and just basically, this is the only one that's kind of like a full story. And then we ditched the Spider-Girl costume, which, by the way, this costume she's wearing is 2010. This came out last year. She's wearing this costume now for 12 years. 12 years wearing this outfit, and now she's got a brand new costume as a Rena. Talk about Web Weaver. Yeah, then we have her basically make her debut and deal with this person, and, well, they get called off the Spider-Verse. Oh, and here's basically the spider dinosaur. It goes, what if Spider-Man was a dinosaur? Yep. And we have basically the Green Goblin as a pterodactyl. I'm not kidding about this. This is, oh yeah, let's have a dinosaur case spider powers for reasons. How the heck get this? Never explained. Just disturbed it. It's a really funny story. I'm Spider Rex. And he just basically just nearly kills him. And he's like, what? And of course you have Arena's like, what the? Yes, I agree. And then we have Spider-Man Noir. This feels like a Spider-Man Noir story, which I appreciate the artwork. We see this woman, Sharon. And it turns out this Sharon is, get this, apparently it's Mary Jane Watson who's got amnesia. And we see the Black Cat Club. This is the club featured in the original miniseries. You probably think, okay, Black Cat Club, where's Felicia Hardy, might ask? Nowhere to be seen. Yeah, she's absent for the story, apparently for no reason. Then we see Peter like he's like sweating for some reason in the story. Then we have a story with, of course, Gwen in her own book. Yeah, this is probably her first like book since her previous miniseries. We have her fighting Mysterio. Yes. Yeah, basically have her with a rock band, and then we see her get poked by this mysterious bug. Yeah, this bug's explained later. Then we have City of London, Earth 8834. Yeah, we have the brand new Spider UK. Yes. If you want to happen to the original one, he got killed in Spider-Guy Den in issue 1. Along with Spider-Man Noir until Bendis retconning was alive. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. Who is this one, you might ask? Who's under the mask? Her name is Zarina. That's her name. Very original character. Fights basically the same type of people. It's mostly like a lot of really interesting stuff here. I enjoy it. Yeah. And you have Madeline basically recruiting her. And then we have version of like, and we see like an Egyptian. We see Serena. I think it's like her backstory. Oh yeah, it's in Loomware with Annie Parker. Yes, Annie Parker, the daughter of Peter Parker, from a timeline of what if Peter and MJ were still married and had a daughter together. A a book that my friend Timmy loves so much that for one, I remember he was actually upset at Marvel for canceling this good book because he still hates One More Day with a passion. I don't like it either, but I'm not basically one of those people who really want to like burn every single freaking copy of the damn book. I mean, I don't like the story, but I'm not going to burn it. Yeah, basically the point of this, just set up for the main story. Plus, love these covers. Who does the covers, you might ask, for this book? The cover is done by Josimar Kosovas. That's who does the cover here. It's really good. Yep. First we have Spider India. I think this actually is the first story for him, like first solo one since his own miniseries. Yep. It's him fighting a version of like the Kingpin, who's a gorilla. Doctor Doom, who is a sorcerer, who's like Loki. Right, and we have version of Venom and the Rhino. Interesting. And of course, the whole thing with Felicia Hardy, which is quite cool. And her Night Spider outfit. Yeah, and it's also implied that, oh yeah, she's with, Jean DeWolf, who knows her. And of course, it's called Away Thanks to Serena. And then we have this book here. This is Sakura Spider. Yes. Which I believe this woman did also pop another book. Because I'm a reviewer. She popped out also in Deadpool Black. I think this woman's from the Deadpool Samurai series. That's where this woman's from. Mm-hmm. Yep. I have my mouse on my screen black because I didn't do my mouse for 10 minutes. So yeah, just a story featuring her and her big hallway to Spider-Verse. And then we have issue 4. We have a lazy Peter Parker being beaten up by, well, we have Pete Spider-Man, who is a CPA. Yep, and he's visited by Spider-Ham. Very odd story. He gets bitten by this mysterious bug. Yeah, then we have a story featuring like another version of looks like a version of looks like, let's see. We have versions like Aladdin, and looks like possibly like a combination of like Aladdin, Little Mermaid, and Sleeping Beauty. Her name is Petra. Yes, Petra. Yep. And we have a version like, oh look, this one was possibly a version of Maleficent. Yes, it's like a fairy tale version of. This is Spinestress. Yes, this is her story. Yep. Her fighting a version of Mysterio, who is a woman. Yes. First you have a female Green Goblin, now a female Mysterio. And apparently Peter's like a knife for her, like a knight in shining armor. Yep. It's a very interesting story. Then we have the weird one. Peter parked the car. Yes, seriously. It is by far the weirdest story. And it's Dan Slott's story. Yep. Oh look, talking cars. And look, it's the Spidey-Mobile! Yep. The Spidey-Mobile of this universe is sentient, and it can frickin' talk. Like, first, oh no, it's this blue car, and then it transforms into the Spidey-Mobile, and he's like, oh, like, crawls up a wall, and it just, and then we have this funny ending, like Spidey-Mobile of Earth 53931. I'm Spidey-UK, I'm here too. Holy handbrake, you can't be here, but nothing. I just convinced everyone there's no such thing as great danger. You show with your arms and legs and get out of here, vamoose. The Spider-Verse needs you. Well, why don't you say so? Let's go. Put the middle. Cool, can I hop in? Don't push it. That was funny. Riding in the sentient Spider-Mobile. Then we have Sun Spider. Yes, Sun Spider. Yes, it's basically a woman by the name Charlotte Webb. No, seriously, that's her real name, Charlotte Webb. Well, Charlotte Weber. Now, here's the thing. There's kind of a version of this character already in the Marvel Universe, in 616. And she was an evil Spider-Woman, and she's basically the original Spider-Woman's granddaughter. Yeah, this one basically is a woman confined to a wheelchair, and she basically can spin webs. Yeah, and also, based on her attire and the fact that she's got 3 female dates, it's implied this woman is a lesbian, and she wanted to dance with Alistair. Yes, this beautiful baby. There's also Gloria, possibly Gloria Grant, and Angela, probably Firestar. Yep, we have a lesbian character. And oh boy, this wouldn't be the last character who is, well, not straight. Then we have a version of, well, Dr. Octopus, who wins. And then basically her recruited by Madam Web and, of course, Spider UK. Like, Spiders need you, Sunspire. Again, someone by Dance Alistair. Yep. And then we have the whole story with Hunter Spider, which, yeah, this is what I mean. It is so creepy seeing this. Yeah, apparently he killed and taxidermied the Vulture, Scorpion, Black Cat. Yes, he killed the beautiful Black Cat in this universe. The White Rabbit, Grizzly, Puma, Human Fly. It's like he killed half the Rogues Gallery and basically taxidermied them. I'm like, seriously? He basically taxidermied a freaking woman? Yeah, and by the way, I have seen this once before. In issue 2 of Teen Titans by Jeff Johns, where Jericho, the son of Deathstroke, decided to possess him and have him kill Bailey Wintergreen and have him stuff and mount to his wall. Yes, seriously, it is by far one of the strange things. He gets nearly bitten by the creature, and he just kills really easily, and he gets dragged away too. And then we have, well, this one here, named Cooper Cohen. Yes, this comes right after the Hunter Spider story. This is Web Weaver. And it's so obvious. This is a version Peter Parker goes by Cooper. Yes, and this person is obviously gay. Yes. Yeah, show the powers. Like, oh yeah. So we have a lesbian Spider-Woman and a gay Spider-Man. No, seriously. It's a gay Spider-Man. That's seriously what this is. Yeah, proof for this? Oh yeah, we have a male version of Silk. Yes, a male version of Silk. Like, here he is. A male version of Silk. And him basically trying to save Silver, and him transforming, and of course, to take on a version. Apparently, this version was a chameleon. Yeah, then here's more proof of the fact this guy was gay. We see the male Silk kiss the gay Spider-Man. Yep, that's your proof. We have a gay Spider-Man. And deals with stuff in basically Spider-Verse. Then we have Silly Spider. This is a fun little story. I like this one. This is so funny. And then Caught by, of course, well, Madam Web. And that's basically a book here. Nothing really bad here. It's all really good stories, but weird to say the least. It is something that I'm sure that probably Marvel had a mandate to tell the writers of the series, hey, let's have a lesbian Spider-Woman and a gay Spider-Man. As long as it's not 616, we're perfectly fine. Me personally, I don't have a really big issue with alternate versions of Peter Parker being gay. I have no problem with it at all. It's perfectly fine. As long as it's not 616 Peter Parker, it's perfectly fine. The book's actually pretty fun. Give it a 9 out of 10. And here's a very shocking thing related to this series. Guess what? It was announced in April. We're getting another volume of this damn series. You're thinking, what? Seriously? We had this book last year and we're having it again? Yes. And you know what's also weird though? The Spider-Man miniseries by Dan Slott, which I thought was going to be 4 or 5 issues. By April, we're getting to issue 8. 8, and it's still freaking going. I'm like, how long is this going to go on for? 10, 12 issues? Oh my gosh. I get the fact, the reason why, because people love the Ultimate versions of Spider-Man. And plus also to hype up the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse. That's probably the reason for this. To hype up that freaking sequel. Alright, next up is something really fun. We have the final trade of Dan Slott's run for a Fantastic Four. Reckoning War Part 2. Collecting issues of Fantastic Four, volume... I'm trying to think here. I think this was volume 7, issues 43, 46. And you might be asking, is this the end of the volume? Because the book got restarted recently. No, it is not. Because the book managed to continue under this numbering for 2 more issues. And then they decided to restart the numbering under a completely different writer. And if you're curious about those issues, it's the current writer of Savage Avengers, David Process. Propers, I get to pronounce his name. Yeah, he wrote them. Really weird. It's basically a tie-in to Judgment Day. Yeah, so basically, we have the conclusion of Dan Slott's really good run for Fantastic Four. Yes. Now, a lot of the story is simply continuing the whole story with the whole Reckoning War. We have Doctor Doom obviously fighting this first soldier we have Dan Slott, of course, writing the book. We have issues 43, 44 done by Rachel Schott. 43 and 44 all come done by the same person. 44 has got like 3 different artists on it for some reason. Jerry DeVito and David 45 is by Fred Karima, and Kafu does issue number 46. Yeah, first up we have Gauntlet. Yes, Gauntlet shows up in this book. You're thinking, what? Seriously? Gauntlet? Like, where the heck has this guy been for the past decade? Honestly, have no freaking idea. And why is he here? Because the first Reckoning guy, he takes his arm. Yes, the same arm he's had since She-Hulk 100. And then apparently off panel, well actually, then he goes to the Great Lakes area and he basically defeats the Great Lake Avengers. Yes, he beats the popular Squirrel Girl off panel. And then he takes Grapplehard's guy's legs. And then he basically takes on... I'm not sure who this other woman is. And then, of course, she apparently has got a piece of the gauntlet. And then he rips his arm out too. And then, of course, you have this mysterious guy in the mask. Who is this guy, you might ask? The book never reveals who the heck this is. And apparently you have these aliens breaking into the backs, but apparently it's a Badoon. Yeah, and then we have Jack of Hearts being with She-Hulk. All that, and of course you have Reed Richards being, well, crazy. Then you have this awesome, apparently you have this battle from the cover, done in the Florida Everglades, which is the home of Man-Thing, which, yes, Man-Thing is here. Yep. Like, Soldiers of the First War, like, he gets dragged in, of course he's defeated. Of course, you have the Reckoning Fleet. We have this Fantastic Four thing, which is so awesome. So yeah, then we have apparently like, Watu's being tried, and of course he gets free from his chair. Then of course like, Susan Richards shows up, helps him out. More so, we have the Shi'ar with the Starjammers helping out with the Human Torch. More fighting in the Everglades. And then who this mysterious master is, they never reveal who this guy is. Like, I am this person. Like, and the Doctor's like, I don't care. No, seriously. By the way, this 44 cover is also the back cover. Yep. So apparently they feel that the apex of reality. Yeah, and by the way, Nick Fury is here. Then we have the Destroyer armor, basically being hosted the energy of Galactus. Oh, don't worry, get to more of that. And its whole point is about saving the universe. And all about cosmic power. Doctor teams with a soldier to take on this Reckoning. Of course, you have Silver Surfer here. Uatu awakens his hidden ability. So it's being seen. And of course, you have this version of him. And of course, you have Nova with Beta Ray Bill, the Super Skrull, and some of the Guardians of the Galaxy to take on the Reckoning. It's like, yeah, all the troops are here are my big sis. Imperial Guard, Kree, Skrulls, Heralds, Guardians, and Starjammers all take on this Reckoning soldier. And then Reed Richards uses the ultimate nullifier on this particular creature. And then we have, now 45 is the conclusion to this particular story arc. That's pretty much what it is. Love this cover, by the way. It's really good. If you're curious who does this cover, it's not Alex Ross. He does a relaunch book. The cover artist. Let's see. They don't list the cover artist is in here. No, they don't. But the cover's really good. So, yeah. They're in a family, and of course you have Skaya. Yes, she returns the book. I'll get to her. So basically, we get to her normal. And then we also see, like, Galactus get restored. Yep, the value is restored. And we have Uatu. We're going to make some secret power. Everything. I am Uatu, the one and only Watcher. And then he's like, my fallen race, Luminous, there, here you are, hear me. There you are, hear me. I absorbed the knowledge of the Apex. I see everything, what if, what could be, and what should have been. And I see we were responsible for so much death and destruction. Not knowing what to do was not about interfering or for a reckoning. Act to rectify. And we see like everybody here. It's like he basically just solves the problem, releases Jack Renance with She-Hulk, which that leads to stuff related to the book. And then we see Galactus has been resurrected fully. By the way, when this book came out, this was actually like late last year when this issue came out. Galactus has only been dead at this point for about 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. So basically, he's no longer eating plants. He's absorbing knowledge. And they resolve this plot thing with Skaya. So, and of course, with the Human Torch, so they go back to her plan to resolve it. And it's up with the Forever Gate. And of course, then we have where Nick Fury has been charged, kind of basically like he had the movie put back together. And then we see Nick Fury standing on the symbol of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's like, this is like basically just gives all technology here to Nick Fury. Basically, like, and then we have Doctor building up first, the Forever Gate. And then finally, the final issue of Dan Slott's run, where we introduced to, well, Reed Richards' long-lost half-sister. Jonah Jeffries. Yeah, and she gets introduced to a lot of stuff. Meets her sister-in-law, meets her niece and nephew. And basically, we kind of just resolve everything. So with Sky, you have Johnny's powers get fixed, which this has been a problem since the Doctor's wedding storyline, which had background reached like 30, 36 in that story. They finally fixed that. And then apparently they solved the whole storyline where you have Sky's powers get restored, and then her soul band basically gets drops off her, which has been on her wrist for quite a while. And it has Citadel basically become her new soulmate. And, well, Johnny was like, I wanted the best for her. And then we have Jeffries meeting her half-brother, another half-brother, half-sister. Huntera is, of course, yeah, and like, how many kids does her father have? Because, so I'm related to a space Amazon and a cyborg cowboy. Yeah, these two... yeah, here's the thing about these two. Because part of this story, these two have not been seen in decades. Yeah, seriously. If I can get to it anyways. Excuse me. Basically, Arthur the War Marshal and Huntra. Because I think these two are creations of, like, different writers. Sorry about this. Basically, my computer is running a bit slow when it comes to my Wi-Fi. When it comes to basically my one thing I'm using for internet. Here we go. Here we go. So, Huntra. Okay. And the War Marshal. Huntra made a first appearance back in Fantastic Four 377. She's a creation of Tom DeFalco and Paul Ryan. The War Marshal, who's from Earth 6311. Yeah, apparently from a different reality, but they're basically Reed Richards, like, half-brother, half-sister. Yes. He's a creation of John Byrne. Yep. And prior to this, he last appeared way back in his appearance in Fantastic Four 272. So he's only made 2 appearances in the... Let's see. Made his first appearance back in 1984, and this issue came out in 2012. So basically, 2 appearances in 40 years. As for his first half-sister, she's actually made a good amount of appearances over the years. Yes. And part of this book, her last time she appeared in the comics was the final issue of the first volume of Fantastic Four. That was released back in 1996. That was the last time she was seen. This was released, like I said, 2022. So she's not been seen at this point for 26 years. Yep, so add to me these two. Take a little bit of space. And of course, you had the book end with Reed going back home to basically do somewhat of a low-scale version of, well, basically doing the science of with Sister Jonah. Which, by the way, with this being her debut, yeah, this basically was her first full appearance. She had technically appeared back in issue 35, but this is her first full appearance. Yep, and you know what's also quite strange about this woman? She has not appeared in the current volume yet. Nope. She has not. Nope. Do not know why. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's not particularly been revealed exactly why she didn't appear in the current run yet. But this book, really good. Give this book roughly a 10 out of 10 because it's an excellent story. Now, final thoughts on Dan Slott's run for Fantastic Four. This is an excellent run. Not a single bad issue, and I gotta thank Dan Slott for reviving this title. Because here's the thing, when this book was brought back in 2018, the book had not been published since 2015. The reason? It is really stupid. I have heard two different reasons why the book ended back in 2015. One was because apparently it was not a big seller at Marvel, and two, they canceled it as part of the blood feud between Fox and Marvel Comics. Yes, they did not want Fox to have any new stories for their movies. Yes, the stupid blood feud, which was ignited by Ike Perlmutter, the guy who used to own Marvel Comics before he sold it to Disney. Yes, he is responsible for this stupid nonsense. And that's the reason we had no Fantastic Four stories for 3 years. Because of some stupid mandate like, oh, we can't have any Fantastic Four stories. Like, we can't have Fantastic Four book at all. But X-Men, no problem. No problem with X-Men. But not Fantastic Four. Mars vs. Family. Characters are created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Nope, can't have that book around. Nope. Despite the fact by the time it ended, it had been publishing long time. Publishing consistently since 1961. And the book has been relaunched, and everybody hates Fantastic Four. Yeah, it took to the recent issue to explain what happened. It was explained in issue 1. Yeah. I will be discussing the final 2 issues of this run when I get a chance to talk about the Judgment Day crossover. But this run is excellent. Not a bad issue. I think Slott did an excellent job. It's a really damn good run. And in my opinion, it is better than some of the stuff he did for Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, because basically he didn't stay in the book very long. Unlike Amazing Spider-Man, he didn't stay in the book for way too long. He was in the book for over a decade before he finally freaking left. This, only 4 years. And by the way, he started this run the same way he did his brief Iron Man run, which ended 3 years ago. Yep. And you might be thinking to yourself, okay, is Dan Slott doing anything currently? Is there any current book he's working on? Because, well, they just wrapped up his Fantastic Four run after 4 years. You want to answer that? Okay. So, well, he is working on something. Well, after this book wrapped up, he was also working on the Edge of Spider-Verse miniseries. Currently, he's doing the Spider-Man miniseries, which is more like just an ongoing series at this point. Yeah. Yeah, that's what he's working on now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's working on this brand new, original, just adjectiveless Spider-Man series. Yep. First book that features him as a main character since Volume 2. Yep, that's what he's working on today. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is sadly what he's working on today. That particular book. Which, that book has been really good. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he still writes Spider-Man, kind of. But at least it's better. Yep. But here is listed an ongoing series. Like I heard was a limited series. Yep, so there was the Spider-Verse. And by the way, the most recent issue that came was issue 5. And up until May, this was a shocking thing. The fact this book is still continuing. In this book. Yeah, book is still continuing. With issue 8, and he's basically working with Mark Bagley. Which begs the question, why the heck is Mark Bagley not working on the main Spider-Man title? Who the heck freaking knows? Okay, so that's a particular view. Because basically it's almost 10 o'clock. I'm just going to work on Case Closed, work on my corner. And that's probably going to be it for tonight because I got to go early for church tomorrow. So, yeah. So it looks like I like working the other ones tomorrow. But hey, at least I got a chance to work on Case Closed. Okay, next video. Bye.